Have you ever wondered that your heart has already beaten more than 2.5 billion times before you even started thinking about it? Right now, as you listen to these words, this incredible muscle is contracting about 70 times a minute, pumping blood through more than 60,000 kilometers of blood vessels in your body. You don't have to remind it to beat. You don't have to focus to make it work. It operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for your entire life. But how is this possible? How does the heart know to keep beating, and why does it never forget its job? The story begins even before you were born. As early as the 3rd week of fetal life, when you were no bigger than a grain of rice, your heart started to beat. At that moment, your brain wasn't even fully developed, yet your heart already knew what to do. That's because the heart has something we can call its own electrical system, its own pacemaker. Imagine your heart as an orchestra that needs a conductor, so all the instruments play in time. In the heart, that conductor is a small area called the sinoatrial node, located in the right atrium. It's a tiny group of special cells, no bigger than a fingernail, but its role is crucial. These cells have an amazing property. They can generate electrical impulses on their own without any external signal. How does this work exactly? Picture each of these cells as a tiny battery that regularly charges and discharges. When a cell is charged, it sends an electrical impulse to neighboring heart muscle cells. This impulse is the signal to contract now. Like a wave, this signal spreads through the heart, causing coordinated contractions that pump blood. But why do the cells in the sinoatrial node generate impulses on their own? The secret lies in their molecular structure. Unlike other cells in our body, which are stable and wait for an external signal, the cells of the sinoatrial node have a permeable cell membrane. Through this membrane, ions, electrically charged particles, mainly sodium, potassium, and calcium, constantly flow. This flow of ions creates a natural cycle of charging and discharging that repeats regularly. You can compare this process to water dripping from a faucet. Imagine electrical charge building up in the cell, like water filling a glass. When the glass is full, the water overflows. Just like when the charge reaches a certain level, the cell overflows by sending out an electrical impulse. Then the cycle starts again. It's amazing, but the frequency of these impulses isn't random. The sinoatrial node generates them at a rate of about 60 to 100 beats per minute, which perfectly matches our body's needs at rest. But how does the heart know when to beat faster or slower? That's where our nervous system comes in. Although the heart can beat on its own, the brain constantly monitors the body's needs and adjusts the heart rate accordingly. When you run, your brain senses that your muscles need more oxygen and nutrients. It sends signals through sympathetic nerves that speed up the sinoatrial node. On the other hand, when you rest, the parasympathetic system kicks in, slowing the heart rate. This system also responds to hormones. Adrenaline, released in stressful situations, can greatly speed up your heartbeat, preparing your body for fight or flight. Other hormones, like thyroid hormones, also affect the heart's rhythm. But what happens if something goes wrong with the heart's natural pacemaker? Fortunately, nature has a backup system. If the sinoatrial node stops working, the heart has a second node called the atrioventricular node, which can take over, though at a slower pace. And if that fails, conducting cells in the heart's ventricles can generate impulses themselves, though even more slowly. This multi-level safety system shows just how vital the heart's continuous beating is for our survival. Evolution has given us not just one, but several backup mechanisms to protect us. It's also fascinating that your heart rate can change even because of your emotions and thoughts. When you're nervous before an important exam, your heart may beat faster, even if you're not physically active. This shows how deeply our emotions are connected to this automatic process. So, the heart is not just a mechanical pump, but a complex organ with its own electrical system that responds to the needs of the whole body. Its ability to generate its own rhythm is one of the most extraordinary examples of how perfectly our bodies are designed. From the very first days of life to your last breath, the heart faithfully does its job, asking for nothing in return, except that you take care of it. Every beat of your heart is proof that you are part of something greater, something incredibly complex and beautiful. It's a reminder that life is a constant miracle happening inside us every second. If this video helped you understand how amazing your heart is, leave a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more fascinating discoveries about how your body works. After all, the more you know about yourself, the better you can take care of yourself, and your heart will surely thank you for it.